I'm 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗄, a recognized thought leader in the Microsoft Dynamics community and a Microsoft MVP for business applications. Welcome to the Get Your New View podcast. Keep listening to learn how we work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers that they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better business decisions, and even love their system. I'd like to talk with you quickly about some services that we've been doing with helping companies get their accounting team paperless. So this is a little bit of a pet topic of mine and 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗄𝗏 in particular, that we feel that companies can really become paperless, especially with accounts payable, without any additional software and simply making changes to your process. So this is something that we talk with all of our customers about. I don't know how many people have experienced full paper-based accounts payable. I'd say if I had to guess, maybe half of the people on the call here have, and half of them haven't. If you've got filing cabinets, if you've got paper checks, if you've got people signing checks with an ink pen, if you're having to mail things, then this is information that you need, because all of that stuff can be eliminated with process change, and we can help you with that. You guys all read about this kind of stuff where, what are the benefits of being paperless? I like to save a treat just as much as anybody else. But I think that overall efficiency and ability to be quick in our response by using our systems are some of the really big benefits that we should think about quite a bit. I was just talking with a customer this morning as we were doing some discovery sessions about how they can increase cash flow by making things paperless and paying things electronically instead of with paper. That bank float isn't the advantage that we think it is. That being able to pay things on the day that they are due really is a bigger impact on faster cash flow with our accounts payable. So there's a lot of benefits that you can receive. And one of the things that I'll emphasize in particular that we feel very strongly about is that you should use more functionality in the ERP system that you've already invested in. That if you've got this ERP system, let's use all of the functionality available so that you're using as much automation that comes with it as possible. And changing process really is a big part of that, that you've got to make changes to your process and no longer do things the way that you used to as you continue to use tools like Business Central, because the ability to send electronic payments and have automated bank fees and send vendor remittances automatically is all there. We would love to talk with you about how you can spend time with this, how you can increase accuracy. This is something that we do all the time. So our level of experience really makes this a quick project that is a simple investment. I pull this again and again in presentations that on average, it costs $50 to $80 to cut a single check. And if you think about all the pieces that are involved in having a person deal with paper checks, absolutely true. And I've actually done that ROI study for a few customers where we've measured it and showed them that, there might be a bigger bank fee on an ACH transaction, but everything else falls through the floor. So it becomes much less expensive. If this is something that you're interested in, I'd love to talk with you about that so we could set up a quick call to discuss exactly what your need is and what your priorities and timeline are, put together a plan of action to make that possible. And absolutely. And it's ridiculous when you think about how much effort we put into printing checks. And honestly, a lot of companies just don't realize it because they've probably got an AP person who's incredibly capable and just manages all of that stuff and makes it happen. But the time cost for everything is really a very big deal. Just like our other services, we would put together a contract and an NDA and an invoice. And once those things are taken care of, we'll create a visit agenda and send calendar invites. For most of these, we will come on site depending on how paper-based your process is. Because until you have become paper-based, a lot of times we can't help. We talked about fractional services earlier in the afternoon session today about helping with accounts payable. If you are prepared to process things electronically, right, we can just hop right in and help you with things like accounts payable processing. But if your stuff is paper-based, you probably need to go through a process improvement on something like this first to make it possible for us to support you remotely. And we do that with customers quite frequently. In general, we're able to manage transformation of accounts payable processes in about a week. I think we had maybe one customer who took 2 weeks simply because they were not equipped for anything remotely electronic. This is what would happen during that on-site visit. So if you don't have scanning process and technology in place, we'll help you to establish that, as well as creating proper approval protocols to make sure that you've got good visibility to what's happening and that everybody's comfortable with the change in process and what's been approved for spending with your cash. We're going to help you to guide your communication with your vendors as far as reaching out to them and letting them know that you are changing to electronic payments and the benefits that that brings to them. We'll provide process documentation so that you have something to refer to that will help you understand exactly what is happening with this new process and what you're going to need to do every day. And then we'll do some training to make sure that the people involved understand exactly what they need to do. Finally, during that 1 week, then we'll transition to a paperless process. We make it sound easy. It's a lot of work in a very short period of time, but absolutely worth it for you to be able to do that. And we don't just walk away after that on-site visit. There's opportunity for mentorship to help with ongoing issues if things aren't completely transformed in that first week and to help with questions. And we always love to include accountability check-ins to make sure that the plan that you've put in place is actually being done. Because we all know you see a process change happen and something happens where either people don't understand what to do and they create a workaround, or maybe somebody's just resistant to change. That happens as well. We want to make sure that the plan is actually occurring, that the process changes that you guys have paid for and planned for are happening, and that everybody understands what they need to do to make that possible. The reason that I'm talking about this particular topic today is because we have a new strategy guide that's come out. And actually, I think I jumped this by a week for our marketing team, but we've got a strategy guide about transforming accounts payable with Business Central. I've included the link there. If you guys want to get it early before it gets promoted anywhere else, you can certainly do that. The strategy guide goes through all of the different things that are related to bringing your organization paperless, especially related to your accounting department. I would love to talk with you if this is a project that you are ready to explore for your company. Again, here's the link so you could set up some time to speak with me. And if you're interested in any of our other services, I'll just remind you that there are some videos on our YouTube site explaining how you can engage with us with any of these things. Did your team ever really get good training to understand how to use your business software? Do you think you could use more features of your software if you just knew how? Are you frustrated with inefficiency that never seems to get better? Do you suspect that there just has to be a better way, but you don't know what that is? We believe every company can benefit from increased efficiency and higher utilization of their software, and that it's possible to have fun while learning exactly how to do that. The experts at NewView Strategies work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better decisions, and even love their system. Please contact us at getyournewview.com to get started.